There we go. So now we're recording, everybody. So welcome to our weekly Soul Business class. I'm Debbie Perez Cockburn. I am your moderator. I can be your mentor if you want me to, but all of you have wonderful mentors, and thank your mentors for sending you here. We are part of a community. I love helping everyone, so please don't feel bad. Don't thank me. Yes, gratitude is always nice. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm just here to help spread the word about soul and how to better your soul business. So most of you have expressed interest in knowing the system that Lydia and I teach in our group. It is called The Simplicity of Soul. It's a series of 10 classes. My good friend Lydia and I put it together. I am Lydia's direct mentor. And so it's been fun over the last 8 years, learning together that if you don't have a system, well, then the group is really not going to grow, right? Because what you need is a system that's easy and that it's duplicable so that other people can see you and copy you. I have a good friend. She does MLM business as well. And she is a lady from the Dominican Republic. Her name is Zoila Canales. Some of you may even know her. She's from the Dominican, and she is one of the top ranking managers in her company. And she taught me a long time ago that multi-level marketing or network marketing is the monkey see, monkey do business. And originally I was a little offended by that and thought, what is she trying to tell me? But really, it really is. If you want to be successful and you want to attract people who will also be successful in the business, you have to do things a certain way all the time. That makes it duplicable. That makes it so that I'm going to pick on Chris. If I were speaking to Chris Hedrick about this business and she always hears me say the same thing all the time, she could think one of two things. She would just say, man, that Debbie just has no creativity. Or she could probably say, wow, I can do what Debbie's doing, because she says the same thing all the time. She shows the same videos. She always has the same answer to everything. So I think I can do this. So you see that there's two ways that people can go. And what we decided to do when this system came to be, and Lydia so masterfully has taught and recorded, she made it very easy. She made it so that you can chew it down for real all the way and digest it. So the manual now has 23 pages. It started out being a 10-page manual only because she has put in every little question and idea and thought that you all might have, and how to recommend the product and how to onboard people. We want to bring in new blood, right? That's and we need to be able to differentiate and distinguish who wants to be a member and who wants to do this as a business with you. And so what we've decided to do in our group, and for those of you who are joining us every week, I have gone out of my way to contact your mentors and say, hey, we're doing this. So every Monday we do a quick review of the lessons, but I do not teach the lessons because they are already on video. So if you do not have the manual, contact your mentor. Your mentor will contact me, and I will make sure that you have an updated manual. And if you need brochures, because we do use a brochure, then please let your mentor know, and your mentor will send me the information, or just ask me, send me a direct message. You can message me on WhatsApp. You can send me a text message, or you can message me on Messenger via Facebook. And so just say, hey, Debbie, I was wondering, can I get some brochures from you? I have plenty. I ordered in English and in Spanish, and I warn you, my English are almost gone. So if you need some quickly, let me know. I will get those to you. But I order mine from Vistaprint. We can share the PDF file and you can upload it on your site, and you can actually order some more. So I wanted to show you Lydia's YouTube page, because if you have the manual and you're probably saying, I don't get it, I don't understand. Lydia has a list on page 2 of the videos and where to find them. So what you need to do is, first of all, know how to get to YouTube, right? So you're going to go to youtube.com and then /Lydia Ferrantino. When you do /Lydia Ferrantino, And you can see I've looked up her name up here. You're going to get to this page. What I want you to do then is click on playlists. And because we live in the United States of America and we all speak English, but she has it English and in Spanish, available also for Mexico and for Spanish speakers here in the United States. So we're going to go to her playlist and we are going to start looking under her playlist, and you are going to see immediately some bunches of files and folders that she has, and we are looking for the Simplicity of Soul School. So that's what we're going to be looking for. And you can see here, she's got quite a bit of Spanish videos because that's mostly what her group does. But then you see she divided all the Spanish ones and now we've come to the English ones. So here you have a list for achieving balance. Obviously, you know, that's going to talk about our balancing products, addressing toxins, pathogens, valuable nutrition information. And then we're going to get here and it says, look here for your employment opportunity with Soul. And that's the business opportunity. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on here for Simplicity of Soul, the SOS School. And we have here the business toolbox. And then we have for specialists, okay? And she's divided them up very nicely. So if I go to the playlist for Simplicity of Soul, here is what I usually send you every week. Feel free to jump ahead if you want to go ahead and take all 10 classes this week. It will require an hour of your time and for you to have your manual handy, for you to look at your brochure and quite possibly have your specialist kit and your Soul catalog that you got in your specialist kit so that you are aware of what she is referencing, okay? So I know it doesn't make a lot of sense at the moment, but every time you take a class, she says, well, if you look at page 3, and so you go to page 3 of the manual and you say, oh, okay, that's right. This is where I'm going to make my individual health presentation, or this is, it's got the verbiage for the text that you will send out and it tells you exactly what videos. So these are the class videos. And what I want you to see is, hopefully I can open one up and not let it play out loud. Here we go. I'm going to mute it. So you see the class, this is class 1, right? And you see Lydia, she's going through the motions of teaching the class. Now what I want you to see is this description right here. Do you see the description of the video? Okay, and then it says show more. It says you will need the following items during this class. This is pretty much where she lays out the homework assignment and what materials you need. Isn't that neat?
Wow.
So there's a lot of detail, a lot of work has gone into this. I translated it. She wrote it in Spanish. I translated it into English. We've worked on this together for a long time, almost a year, and we've come up with these. So it makes no sense for me to teach this class to you again. She does it masterfully. Like I said, she goes into a lot of detail to make sure that you are understanding everything. Now, you know, she also says that if you would like a certificate, you can contact her directly and she gives the instructions on what you need to do to get your certificate, or you can send me your 10 paragraphs and I will read them and I will contact Lydia and get a certificate out to you. Are we good on that? So I really wanted you to see the homework assignment. This is where the questions are. Okay, so I'm going to go back out of here now. And
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so my specialist kit, I think I've like dissected and don't have a specialist kit after 9 years. Do I need to reorder one to have one in my person?
You can, but I will show you on our website where you can find all the guts. So you don't really need to order a new one. You can actually reference it in your back office.
Okay.
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 So that's wonderful. And I love that. So once we're out of the classes, right next to it is this little section here called the business toolbox. This business toolbox is key because these are the videos that we will be sharing with new members who join, who want to use the product, and we will be training our new specialists with some of these videos. So those of you who have attended some of my business trainings already know that we have looked at what your back office looks like. And so she's got all of these videos here, like
Wow.
number 2, get to know your website, how to use WhatsApp, why WhatsApp is more important and a little easier to manage than a text group. Because when you do a group text and you're trying to send a video to 15, 20 people at a time, it can get hung up in the cloud and not go through. WhatsApp is an application. It doesn't go, it's not on your, it uses your phone data, but it uses it differently. So things really go through very quickly. You can use it to contact your, let's say you have friends in Canada or South America, and they are interested in Soul. You can use WhatsApp to share videos and such with them. So WhatsApp is a wonderful application for everyone to have. Also, you will find back here my favorite video, the 4 things that keep you sick. So when you're sharing this brochure with someone, and pay special attention in class number 3, why it's so important to the way you share this is different from when you share a business card or a flyer. It's very, very different. You always want to create a little bit of mystique, a little bit of urgency when you're sharing the brochure. I don't give the brochure to everyone. I don't stand on a corner and give them away. I've been in Las Vegas. You've been in Las Vegas. You know, guys that are going like this with their flyers all the time, and they give you one, and the thing you do when you get it is you toss it. I don't want people to toss this because these were expensive. You know, the most I've paid for them is $1 a brochure if I've ordered small quantities. And Vistaprint had a great sale this year. And so I was able to get a bunch for less than 25 cents each. And still 25 cents each is expensive for a flyer for somebody to be throwing away, right? So I'm going to put my information on here. And the only way I'm going to give you this is if you give me your phone number, and I can send you this video that goes along with this brochure that now explains. And I'm going to tell you why this is important in a little bit, and that will wrap up our review of the class for this week. So if you haven't seen video, class number 3, I urge you to start watching these videos at your own pace. Get certified. It will be the best thing you do, because when you become familiar with this system and you see how easy it is to share a video with a new customer, this is something I learned from Bob Heilig. So last year and this year, I have been taking a class from the Legacy Leadership Academy. And the one thing that has stuck with me through all of these months of listening to Bob, many things have stuck in this brain, but the one thing that made a real change in how I share the business is he said, remember that the less you talk, the more people you will get into your organization. And I thought, what? That makes no sense. And what he means is, don't be the expert. Use the third-party materials that are available to you. A brochure can speak for you. A video can speak for you. The manual will tell you how to do it effectively. And so this is key to being duplicable. If I have to be the expert, and every time I share Soul with someone, I'm the one who's doing all the talking, 2 things will happen. First of all, people are going to say, oh my gosh, she just loves to talk. How much longer is she going to talk? Then someone that was actually considering doing the business, the second thing they're going to say is, I can't do that. I don't know everything Debbie knows. I can't do it. And that's not what I want. I don't want to be the expert. The expert is the video. And even though it's Lydia talking in the video, you can always say, hey, this is one of the leaders in our group. This is one of the leaders in our company. And this is the system that we use to onboard our people. You know, when you're training your new specialist, just say, this is our system. This is what we teach you to do. Print out a manual for them, hand them the manual, teach them how to find this on YouTube. And then every week, call them and say, did you watch class number 1? Great, let's go through it. What did you like the most out of this class? Do you see yourself doing this? Was it helpful to you? What questions do you have? That's what this school is for. Okay.
Awesome.
That's what's going to help you progress. I love these videos right here because in the manual, she tells you which ones are you going to send? So if I'm going to send something to a potential customer with this brochure and I got their phone number, I'm going to say, hey, Chris, this is Debbie. Remember, I met you today. I met you earlier and gave you a brochure. As promised, I wanted to send you this video. I will call you tomorrow to see what you thought of the video and the brochure, right? And I send them 4 things that keep you sick. And you can see it's a 5-minute, 44-second video. It's not long. The next day when I call them and I say, hey, Chris, how are you? This is Debbie. Remember, I gave you the blah, blah. Okay. So as promised, you know, I only have 2 minutes. So I texted, right? I only have 2 minutes. Is now a good time to talk? And Chris might be very, very, very grateful and say, oh my gosh, thank God she only has 2 minutes. Sure, call me. So in 2 minutes, I'm going to say, Chris, what was your favorite thing about the video? And I'm going to listen to Chris. And Chris is going to say, oh my gosh, I watched it. I loved it. How do I get this product? Tell me more. And I'm just going to say, wonderful, blah, 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 and continue just the way she says on page 3. So the second reason why this manual is going to be important for you is this is how you're going to teach your people. Teach them how to fish. Don't give them the fish. Teach them how to fish.
That's awesome.
I am teaching you right now how to get to her channel directly. And if you already have the manual and you know how to get there, all you need to do is, wow, these are the tools. Okay, great. I'm going to become really familiar with them. And I'm going to teach all of my new people who come on board how to find this too. Because when a new person knows that they don't have to learn everything, they can run out and say, I love the product. I felt so good. I want to keep doing this. I want to bring more people on board. How do I do it? This is the way they do it. And then they feel empowered because they don't have to learn all the verbiage. All they have to learn is where to find the information in the manual, where to find the video.
That's awesome.
So these are key. Okay. Are there any questions about these 2 sections at all?
No, so if I start doing the classes to get caught up, so I'm where we're at weekly, I don't want to work ahead. I want to be able to retain it and absorb it and be able to talk through stuff. So it does make sense. I just need to do now till next Monday, classes 1 through 4.
Correct.
Okay. And then
Monday we'll talk about
Monday.
class 4. Yes, Monday we'll talk about class 4 and we'll answer any questions that you have. But I really wanted to make sure because we've had different people jumping on every week. And so I just want to make sure I have everybody on the same page. And Chris, like I said, I will add you to the WhatsApp chat. I will add you to the text chat as well. And I will make sure that everybody has this list. I will send this. And what I did, just so that you know, I have an iPhone. I'm not a huge iOS fan, but this phone has made it a little handy for me to do a little.
I have an iPhone.
Yes. So in my folder, in my productivity folder, I have a notes section. Do you see that? The note?
Uh-huh.
So I went to notes and this is what I did in notes. And this might be helpful to you, Chris, as well, is I did a folder called SOS and one called ECE, same class in Spanish. And I did a list of all the videos that are classes, a list of all the videos in the business, so that I don't have to run and get a computer. If someone asks me, I can just click there and send them that video.
So how did you get it? You have to be elementary ed for me. I can get it, but, and I love using notes that way as well. So how do I get them from here to my notes? Do I just drop them to my notes?
Yes, you can AirDrop if you want.
Okay.
If you have a Mac system at home and you can.
That's what you're on.
Perfect. Then you can AirDrop it. Or if you are like me, that my husband loves the Microsoft. So I have a Dell computer at home. What I had to do, and it might cause you a little more work, but it's worth it if you have it in one place. I copied the link. So for instance, here, I will open this video. And then do you see here where it says share?
So you just emailed them to yourself
Yes.
and
but
then
what I
dropped them in notes.
Well, if you wanted to do that, each one individually, I made one email. So I clicked here on copy, I copied the link and I started a page on my email and I copied every link and named each one. When I emailed it to myself, I opened my email on my phone and I did a copy and paste to my note page.
Okay.
It takes a little bit, but for you, it won't because you have AirDrop. So if you have a Mac at home and an iPhone,
Yeah.
you can AirDrop them to yourself in your note page. Just make sure you put the title of each video so you know, and then you just copy the link and it's that easy.
Perfect.
All right, so next week we will discuss chapter 4, class number 4. Sherry has been watching them faithfully, and I'm kind of sad that Sherry isn't here tonight. She's a teacher, and so I'm sure she's held up somewhere with school. And Joanne, I wanted to ask, did you get a chance to watch the class? Is there anything that you need answered? No? Okay. So let me show you the second part of today's class, because I like to always do an update from the office. And something that I heard in the Talking Success in Spanish this afternoon, because I watched them all in the morning, Monday morning Talking Success with Jordan, as well as in Spanish. So they were talking about having emotional intelligence, and I found this very interesting. It said that if you are dealing with a highly intelligent emotional being or an intelligently emotional being, they are the kind of person that you want to be with, because they make everything a happy experience. So you could be bawling your eyes out, but they will help you feel better about bawling your eyes out, right? They'll sing you a song, they'll give you the hug. They are the ones that people like to be around, because they make everything a happy experience. Their smile is warm, they're inviting. People who are also emotionally intelligent aren't easily offended. And I love that, because that just reminded me of a scripture, one of my favorite scriptures, right? This is, it's the one in First Corinthians 13, that talks about charity, right? Charity or love, they're used interchangeably. And it says, charity is not easily offended. Charity, all of these wonderful attributes. And so I thought, yeah, if you're not easily offended, it's because you are a very grounded person. You are a person who is self-confident. You are a person who is self-assured. And you are very open-minded. That's why you won't be easily offended, right? And people like to be around those people. And also, we don't tolerate self-negativity. So I know sometimes I tend to be a little self-deprecating. I have been very mindful of that. I try not to use negative words. I try not to refer myself in a negative way, because of course the brain will believe everything you tell it. And so I don't want it to believe that I am not organized or not, do you know what I mean? So be aware of those things. And the reason I brought this up is because in our business, in the monkey see, monkey do business, it's good to show vulnerability, but it's not good to be the Debbie Downer. And I hate that my name is associated with that, but it's not good to be the Debbie Downer. I want to be the person that people want to be around and say, I love being with my mentor. I love when she does our classes. I love bringing new people to her because she makes everybody feel good. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, as well as show you something that just debuted on our webpage. Okay. So if you are in your back office and you are on your shop page, now you can see all of the new starter kits. I lost my train of thought there for a minute. And the weight loss starter kit just dropped today. So that is now available. And it shows you here the price. And it comes in the Dutch cocoa and in the natural flavor. But I know many of you have a lot of products already, and you may not be using it as a package, but maybe you were interested in signing up for the weight loss challenge, which is going to drop. Then let's go to the homepage because I wanted to show you that. If you go to your homepage and you go to the new look, then when you go there, under happenings, you see the Soul Fit Challenge. So you can join the Soul Fit Challenge. It's pretty anonymous. You can have anybody join. You can do that right here, join the Soul Fit Challenge. And if you go back here to the shop, I think, well, starter kits right here. So you see where it says starter kits under shop, click on there and you'll see the new starter kits. And now you have available to you the holistic guide to weight loss, and it is available in Spanish for $15. It is also available to you in English, same cost. So if you have a customer who is already on the program and has some of those and doesn't necessarily want to purchase a new weight loss starter kit until April, but they want to start getting ready, they can actually order this right now. Okay. So these are available. I personally will probably use the starter kits after someone has done the 4-month program. And just say, if you want, you know, after the 4th month, we tell them, okay, so it says, so now you've completed your 4 month, right? After you finish your 4th month, keep taking care of yourself. If you would like, I can help you pick a maintenance package. I can help you pick a maintenance package. And that's what's on the screen right now. So maybe after they did the Power Chi package, they want a maintenance package. That could be the weight loss package, or it could be the digestion package, or it can be the energy package. And each one of these comes with a fact sheet that tells you how to use it. It comes with a protocol on there and tells you what everything is. So all of those are available to you. Those will be available in your resource center. This is the new website. So how do you find your resource center? Did you see where I clicked? You click over here. This is a little drop down menu. You see these 3 little lines right here next to the Soul Naturals logo. You're going to click right there. Here now is your new resource center. It will take you to this, and it will say, here's your documents, your product images, your videos, and then there's a folder in Spanish as well. So you can go to documents and find products. And Chris, this is what I wanted to show you. So when you go to the resource center and you go to the comp plan folder, here's your compensation overview. Do you recognize these pages?
I do recognize those.
Okay. So this is your specialist kit was in here, right? It had these pages.
Correct.
It also has the gift cards, and it had the samples, and it has the catalogs. But if you don't know where your kit is right now, then this is a great place to go ahead and find it. You click on that. You can actually print these pages, and you can review these pages with your brand new specialist who would have gotten it. Okay.
Perfect.
So that is
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, that's where it is for those of you who are looking for it. And then there's also something in the resource that when you go to the product page in the resource center, you will also see, and I just clicked back to the old page, but I wanted you to see where the catalog is. So if you're looking under documents and you're looking under, I think it's marketing. So here's your Soul Shop. Here's your convention flyers, the Soul Difference. Here's your happy hour guide. All of these pages were in your district, your specialist kit, okay?
Right.
They're still here. They're just in a different format. You can print them out. They're sold prime. That was not in your kit, but great way to know where it is because you will want to use it. So there's your sold prime. And here's your happy hour. But here, Chris, do you see here? Success workbook.
There we go.
That's where it is. Okay. So you can find all of these lovely things. They're all in there for you. They're there to help you. I know Chris loves using this. Chris DeVilliers loves these because she does a lot of printing and uses the Soul logo on a lot of things. So here you have it on a PNG file. Sometimes the printer will say, do you have a PNG file of your logo because you're making something new? Well, guess what? You do. You have one right here, and you have several different sizes to choose from and several different pages. So you have PDF files, PNG files, and then different style files that you can use. So all of that wonderful information is available to you. The other thing that I wanted to show you before we close is right here in the toolbox. So if you go to your toolbox, you know that we are gearing up to qualify for Soul to Soul. That qualification period starts in April, goes April, May, and June. So here you're going to find how to qualify for your Soul to Soul. It is not in there right now because the month isn't over. If you have never been a 5K, your March OV will be your starting base for your qualification for Soul to Soul. And we will talk about Soul to Soul next week after we recap class number 4 of 10, okay? So we'll talk about how to qualify for Soul to Soul, but right now we are still in the throes of getting ready to register for what?
Soul Convention.
Soul Convention, which is called Soul United in Orlando, right?
Soul United.
And
Yeah.
so here you're going to find your Celebrate team. So if you are trying to get your Celebrate team together, here you'll see that here's your team and here's your people who have already registered for convention. And convention registration goes up in 2 weeks. It will go to $250 per person instead of $225. If you are currently earning Soul Prime and you've done so for at least 4 months, then you know that you already have $200 set in your bank that already get you the registration for convention. But if you haven't done Prime, this would be the time to register, right? Because before the price goes up per person, registration includes the 2 banquets, the opening and the closing banquet. It also includes 2 breakfasts, Friday and Saturday breakfast.
Hey, Debbie, since I paid for last year's and we had COVID, do I need to call them and tell them to go ahead and apply it to this year, or did they already go ahead and do that?
They already did.
Okay.
They already did, but it's always a good idea to call and check because we're all human and things happen and, you know, COVID happened.
That's true. Okay.
And also, you know what I love you, and I apologize because those of you who have heard me every week know that the magic rank to start seeing magical things happen in your account is 5K, right? When you hit 5K, you can get a lot of little perks and things. And so one of the perks is that if you are a 5K or above, you can help your team get a discounted room at convention. That's what Celebrate Team does, right? So if you are 5K or above or plan to be 5K by the time convention hits, then you, the mentor or the top person in that team, can get a free room for convention. It also qualifies the rest of your team for discounted rooms, deeper discount than we already have with Soul. So that's a great thing because the whole team can celebrate together. It's not just one person getting those perks or benefits. And so, and the reason why they do that at the end is, let's say I have Teresa here. Actually, I have Gwen. Let's say Gwen qualifies as a 5K and she had already registered 5 people. Maybe Gwen becomes a 5K and has a Soul Celebrate team by herself. And when it's close to the end of convention qualification, Celebrate qualification, someone at home office will say, hey, Debbie, Gwen is now moving out from under your group. So you will need to fill Gwen's spot plus whatever I was missing, okay? So that's kind of groovy and cool to know, but I love this because see, Teresa is registered with her daughter and her sister, but currently she is a regular Soul Pro, so she can count as part of my organization for Celebrate. And that's the reason I say these things, is because if they decide to bring other people, but they don't quite make it to the 8, I get to still count them in my Celebrate team. But once they reach their 8, that group moves out from under me. Okay. So are there any other questions about that? I know it was a lightning round tonight. We covered a lot of stuff really fast.
That was awesome. I appreciate it. I will get caught up for next week so that I'm on 4. So it makes sense, and I can do the week by week with everybody.
Yes, it will be fun. I promise you that once you get that manual and you're watching the videos, because I know Chris got you the manual. Once you start watching the video of the class and she says, we're on page such, you go to that page and then all of a sudden you just go, oh, now it makes sense, because I know me, I know how I am. I read the manual cover to cover. Of course, I was translating it, so it was different experience for me, but we come up with the idea together. And I looked at it and just go, wait, I'm confused. And then it's like, oh, no. Okay, this goes with this class. And so don't read the manual in order. She will go back and forth. Okay, so just make sure you have your manual handy. You look at the questions. She actually reviews all of the questions at the end of each class. So you can follow along and you can write down your answers however you want. And then to get your certificate, as you're watching the questions, keep this in mind. So start keeping a little book. I have a little journal for this class, and I write down every time I watch it, because I watch it again every week in preparation for this class. I watch it again every week and just go, oh yeah, I forgot. That's really cool. This is what I love the most about class number 3, or this is what I love the most about class number 2. This can help me do this. Keep those handy, because the way to get your certificate is to write a paragraph about each class and just say, Debbie, I loved this idea. I know I can do this. And then I will contact Lydia and say, I need certificates for la, 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 la. And then I will work with her and get them out to you.
So the homework assignments that she has under those videos, she goes over all of that stuff during that session when you're in the book.
Yes.
Okay, so that was my thing, is where do I write the homework and who do I turn it into?
You don't need to. You don't need to. Just keep your little journal handy and write down any question that you may have. I see in the chat. Oh, good. Oh, thanks, Chris. I
just sent that just so you'd have it.
Yes, thank you. Hedrick CM. Okay.
Yeah, this is I have like 3 Bibles, but I pick pretty ones so that I can write notes in.
I love it. I love it. I have one that Christy's.
Chris's.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is me duplicating Chris's Chinese elements the other day.
There's so much to learn. I can't wait until Joanne feels like she can share all of her wealth of knowledge as well. Joanne is so experienced in herbology. I've known her for about, Joanne and her husband, who has since passed. Joanne and JD and I have been friends for, I want to say almost 30 years, right, Joanne? It's been almost 30 years. I can't hear you. You need to open your microphone.
I think it's been a little bit longer than that, Debbie.
Yeah, probably longer than 31 years. And she has a wonderful shop in Grayson, Kentucky, and she does some wonderful things. And she has been sharing soul like it's nobody's business. And we have recently reconnected because of soul. So we've been back in each other's lives for almost 6 months again now. And
for that, I am very grateful.
So sweet.
That's awesome.
I'm so happy for you. I'm happy for her daughter, Sherry, and for everyone else who's been able to come back into my life because of this amazing company.
Sherry was trying to make it tonight, Debbie, but I guess she didn't.
No, and I know she's got so much going on.
She's been having to work late, and so
Yeah. Well, I thank all of you. I think we've been on for just about 45 minutes, and that's usually what I like to do on Monday nights is, I know business is kind of crazy. It's not like when we're doing the health webinars, but I thank you all for taking your time to come on. And I want to publicly thank my mentor for supporting me and getting on when she can. It's really good to see Chris there smiling back at me. And so I appreciate that.
thank you, Debbie.
Thank, thank you, Debbie. My granddaughter is in from Montana. It's her spring break, and I hadn't gotten my exercise in, but that's okay. I got my exercise in, then I joined y'all.
Yay,
And your
good.
laundry done.
And the laundry while I was watching y'all. I'm learning that you just have to multitask because I really want to be here, seriously. But they had come visit and everything. And so anyway, but this week will just be a little different, and that's okay.
And that's how it goes. And that's how it
Yep.
goes. Thank you, everybody. I will close this recording. I will send you a recording of today, and I will send you the business part from last week. And hopefully I get to see a lot of you come back next week. Love you all. Have a great week.
Thank
Love
you.
you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.